Bulls are known to many as the beef cows. This is because they do not produce milk. Bull farming might be an expensive venture to farmers with the current technology. Why? This is because in the recent past, farmers used to rear bulls so that they can help their neighbors' cows during the mating season. But with the current technologies, dairy farmers opt for animal insemination process. Apart from a small number of farmers who practice bull rearing, Kenya Animal Genetic Resource Center are the main and best bull breeders in East Africa. They rear different bull breeds so as to collect semen for distribution. Dr. Davis Kios, the managing director of KAGRC and also an expert in bull breeding, gives an overview of what bull farming entails and its importance to a farmer.
Kenya Animal Genetic Resource Center does breeding of animals. We have cattle, we have pigs, we have chicken, we have goats, and also in future the donkey and the camel. So basically we do breeding. We get semen which is used in the country and also outside the country. That is basically what we do.
In Kenya, the most common bull breeds are the Frisian, Asher, Gansi, Jersey, Sahiwal, East African Zebu, Simmental, Hereford Boran, and Charolais. Indigenous breeds are the Zebus and Boran, which are highly adapted to the warmest areas. Exotic breeds are the Hereford, Simmental, Charolais, and Angus.
I'm Dr. Buchu.
Dr. Mbuchu, an expert from KAGRC, helps us to understand more on bull breeds and their characteristics, which we as farmers can identify for dairy cows.
We rear bulls for semen production. Now, we normally get these bulls when they are very young, when they are about 1 month old, and then when they are about 14 months old, we start training them on semen correction. When they are 15 months old, we collect semen from them, we process the semen, and then distribute the semen to farmers within the country, and of course, we also export some semen. Breeding specifically means selecting the best genetics, and after selecting the best genetics based on various traits which are of importance in production, and then processing that semen to improve the countries or the genes of the animals in the country. Currently, we have one dual-purpose, which is a Sahiwal. We have one beef breed, that's a Boran, and we have the 4 dairy breeds. That's a Frisian, Asher, Gansi, Jersey. Starting with the one that I call the dual-purpose. This one we call a Sahiwal. Now, it can give up to 8 liters of milk per day. That means about 4 per milking. And they are hardy breeds. In fact, it is said that they are resistant to some of the tick-borne diseases. Now, they can survive very well in hot climatic conditions, and they do very well without any supplementation, especially in areas like Laikipia and the Masai Rad. Now, they are harmed in nature, and as you can see, they have a black head, and the other part of the body is brownish in color. Now, the next breed is the Boran, and it is specifically a beef breed. Now, they put on weight very fast, and they also can survive in hot areas, and they are best kept by those people in areas with large tracts of land, and they can release the bull to go and feed on themselves. They put on weight very fast. Now, here at KAGRC, we generally select on growth rate, because we want to improve on the animal's performance in the field. So now, generally, you can see it's also harmed. It is also harmed, And they come in different shades of color, and they are very popular in Turkana, and that's the Boranas. That's the reason, most likely that's the reason why it's called a Boran. Now, if you go to the next, now this is a Jersey. This is a Jersey breed, and Jerseys are, in comparison to the other dairy breeds. Now, Jerseys are small in the body size. They are small, so they tend to feed rest, or in order for them to be maintained, they require less nutrition than the other dairy breeds. In fact, it is the best for a farmer who wants to keep an animal for his own or the domestic milk production. The milk from a Jersey has the highest butterfat content, and therefore, in fact, we refer to that milk as thick. It's being thick, and very little, let's say a glass of milk from a Jersey you can prepare, let's say, a big volume of tea. They are the best in terms of butterfat, and therefore, when we start buying milk in terms of quality, that's the butterfat, now they are the breeds to go to. So, but currently, of course, because in the country the milk is bought in terms of volume, now they are not very popular. But I'm hoping very soon, when we start buying or selling milk in terms of quality, that's the butterfat content, it will become very popular, because the butterfat content is very high. I just say, let me say, these animals can survive anywhere in the country. Now, what they require is, if at all, say you are keeping a dairy breed, and you have a good zero grazing unit, you have a source of hay, you have the source of feedstuffs. Now they can survive anywhere in the country. We go to the next. The next is a Ganse. Now, Ganses are, in comparison to, let's say, I want to compare this breed with an Asha. Now, Ganses, because most farmers confuse Ganses with Ashas. Now, Ganses are light brown in color with some white patches. Now, the body size of Ganses is bigger than that of the Asha. Now, in terms of milk production, they compare relatively very well with the Ashas, but their milk has a yellowish color. The butterfat in their milk has a yellow tinge. In fact, some people may think that you have added some bluebird into the milk, but that is the color of their milk. Ganses also, because as I said, they can compare very well with the Ashas in terms of milk production. It is not very popular because, as I have said, that the Ganses are big-bodied, so they require more to maintain that big body. Friesian, it has the highest milk production. If at all, let's say you compare all the dairy breeds. Now, Friesians, they are black in color, of course, with some white patches, and you can see, as you can see, their eggs are always white. They are always white. In fact, somebody referred to them as having white socks. Now, currently in the country, we have what we call the Holstein Friesians. Holstein Friesians are big. They are big, and most of them, because of the body size, they also require a lot of feeds. They require a lot of feeds, and they are the best producers of milk, in the country. And currently, because we sell our milk in terms of volumes, it is the most popular breed in the country. Now, the butterfat content is low, so they produce a lot, but the butterfat content of the Friesian breed is low. Now, the next breed is the Asha. They are dark brown in color, of course, with some white patches, as you can see. Now, I compared this one with the Ganses, and I told you that they produce relatively the same amount of milk. But if you compare the body size of the Asha and that of the Ganse, the Ashas are smaller than the Ganses. And most likely that's the reason why this one is the second most popular breed in the country. Now you can get up to about 40 liters of milk from Ganse, from Nasha, and about 60. Some farmers are doing 60 liters of milk from a Frisian animal. These animals come to the station when they are only 1 month old. So we rear them here. How do we get them in the station? What we normally do, we have what we call the Genetic Advisory Committee. We normally import semen, of course, good quality semen. We select the best. There are various traits that the Genetic Advisory Committee check for. And of course, the first one is production, the performance. Now, they also check on other attachment, both the fore and the hind quarter. They also check on the body condition, that is the strength of the rims. You know, the strength of the rim determines the longevity of the animal in the farm. So, if at all, let's say an animal has a good or very strong rims, then it is a good indication that that animal will serve the farmer for a longer time than the one that has weaker rims. Now, they also check, as I indicated, the teeth. Now, a good dairy animal should not have the teeth going below the hock joint. Now, if at all, let's say the teeth are below the hock joint, then that's not a good dairy breed. That animal will have problems with the mastitis and what have you. The Genetic Advisory Committee also check at the back line. A good dairy animal should have a straight back line from the pole to the tail. There are quite a number of traits that they check for. Now, of course, after selecting using those traits, those different traits, now we get the semen from outside, and then we come to the farms inside within the country. Those farms who register their animals and with the Kenya Stud Book, the dairy recording societies, and they keep good records. So we also select the best using the same traits or the same characteristics that we used to select the bull from outside. We use the same characteristics to select for the dam within the country. Now we inseminate that. We come into contract with the farmer, so we say that's a contract mating. We get that. We inseminate the one that we have selected, and if at all it gives birth to a bull calf, we get it from the farmer when it is only 1 month old. We rear it here. When it is about 14 months, we train it to mount. When it's about 15 months, we start now correcting the semen. Now, something else that I wanted to point out in terms of selection is that now currently we are also doing what we call genomic testing. When the young calves comes here, we take the hairs from the tail switch, we take it to Britain. There's a company there which checks the DNA and compares it with the DNA of the animal population. So like the Frisian animal here, we have already managed to test, to genomically test quite a number of bulls, and we are still proceeding on.
A bull's main function in a profitable breeding operation is to get a high proportion of cows and in-calf during a mating period of 9 weeks or less. To achieve this, bulls must be sound for breeding, they must be willing and able to serve a high percentage of cows on heat, and they must be free of any abnormalities of penis, testicles, feet and legs.
Farmers, for them to really select the bulls for breeding, one, they have to understand the animal, what kind of animal they have. First is the breed. They look at, if they have a Frisian, they select a bull which is a Frisian. If they have an Asher, they select an Asher. Second, they look at the shape of the animal. Sometimes you select a bull to be able to improve certain areas. For example, if the bull has poor udders, meaning that it will not produce a lot of milk, they select a bull that improves the udder. If the udders are good, but the legs are not good, they select a bull that improves the legs. If they realize the animal has poor capacity, you know, we need an animal, especially in dairy, that can take as much as possible to produce more milk. But if the dairy form of that animal is not good, they select a bull that will improve the dairy form, so that at the end of the day, you control what product you get. Yeah, so the farmer controls precisely the product by selecting the bull to mate with the cow he has. So he should understand the type of cow. And this is, we normally do what we call classifications. When you classify the animal, you know that this animal the strength of this animal is on these parts and the weaknesses are on these parts. So you improve the weaknesses. It is important because the farmer should understand what is the priority, what is the breeding objective in that farm. What do you want? Most farmers will say milk. So first they select the bull that produces milk. That's number one priority. Remember, the sire brings a half of the milk into the daughter and the mother the half of the milk. A good example, if you select a sire that produces 70 kilos of milk, it will bring in 35 kilos to the product. If you select a cow, or if you mate with a cow that only produces 10 kilos, that cow will bring in 5 liters or 5 kilos of milk. So if you had the 5 kilos and the 35 kilos, that product, the product of the two matings, will give you 40 liters. And that is why selection is key. Number two, as I had said, you have to control the breeding. You don't want to mate animals just like that, because it can bring inbreeding. When you have inbreeding, it means whatever you produce is very weak. Whatever you produce will not produce milk. Whatever you produce will not even be tolerant to diseases and the weather conditions. So that's why breeding and selection of the right sire is very, very important.
Bull selection is the most critical consideration for a farmer to put in place before doing animal insemination. We are taking a commercial break. Don't go away. We will be right back.